we still have no idea what's going to be released this year. So, me and a very special guest will be predicting what we think is coming next. Stay tuned. Hey guys, it's Lewis and welcome back to Toy Talk! Just like last time, we will each pick our own Doctrine Tardis set, as well as 3 free packs. It can be from any era, so without further ado, here's my list. For the TARDIS set, I'm going for the Fugitive Doctors. I mean, it's ridiculous we still don't have a figure of the Fugitive Doctor, so this could be a simple way for us to finally get our hands on one. It will require a new head sculpt and some new tooling, but come on, she's the Doctor! The one used on the mock-up is made by Thomas Chapman, who makes loads of great mock-ups too. It also comes with her TARDIS, which is a simple repaint of a classic box and would look great standing next to her figure in the collection. For the first of my free packs, I've gone for the Wheel in Space. There's been quite a lot of love for the missing episodes recently, so this could happen. As much as I love it to come with a Zoe figure, it's more likely to come with another second Doctor, repainted to match how he looks in the story. But the stars of the show are the 2 Wheel in Space Cybermen. They have never been released, but they do have prototypes of these figures, so there is hope. Since it's been over 60 years since the story, and the Master is supposedly coming back in the Centenary Special, it seems like the perfect time to release a set based on his first ever story, Terror of the Autons. It comes with a 3rd Doctor in his look from Season 8, and I dare say, this is one of my favourite looks he's ever had, so I would love to see it in figure form. And since we now have the new collar tooling from the 5 Doctor set, it seems more likely than ever. Next we have the Delgado Master in his look from the episode. I still don't know how this hasn't happened yet, as again, it's a really simple repaint of any suit mould. Finally, the Daffodil Men. These would be an amazing action figure. The one used in the mock-up is a custom from Mondas Productions, who used a human Dalek as a base. They would need a new mould for the giant head, but other than that, it's just a repaint. I need this set. For my final set, it's the Waters of Mars. It comes with a 10th Doctor in his amazing orange spacesuit, this time with his spiky hair, and 2 Flood figures. I would do anything to have this prototype figure be released, as it just looks fantastic. Plus, the Waters of Mars is a very popular story, so this is sure to sell really well if it ever got released. So that's my list. But wait, there's more. Take it away, Miles Taylor from Tailored Vision.
Hello everyone, I'm Miles, better known as Tailored Vision on YouTube, and for those of you who aren't aware, I do a variety of videos on YouTube such as figure animations, collaborations with one of my mates and fellow YouTuber Richard Lloyd, the odd product review, and most recently my own series of Doctor Who audio adventures. The lovely folks at Doctor Who Adventures have asked me to give them a few ideas of potential future B&M sets, as well as a few of my most wanted releases that I think character could achieve. For the Doctrine Tardis pack, I've gone for the 7th Doctor in his cream jacket with his hatted and smiling head, and a pink TARDIS from the Happiness Patrol. The cream jacket hatted 7th Doctor is one that I think a lot of people will be keen to get hold of. Ever since its initial release, it's been one that a lot of people missed out on and would love to get a re-release of. And pairing him with a pink TARDIS would just be the icing on the cake. Safe to say, I think a lot of people are tired of the endless classic boxes being released, so this would really shake things up a bit and give us a unique TARDIS that I think would really stand out on the shelves. I mean, who doesn't want a pink TARDIS? For the first of my 3 packs, I'm sticking with the McCoy era and looking to one of my favourite stories of his. This is the Survival Collectors set, featuring the 7th Doctor in his brown jacket but with a solemn hatted head, Ace with normal non-skirted legs, a red top, and if the budget stretched to it, a new longer hairpiece, and finally the Anthony Ainley Master with a new torso wraparound. Now, we've been desperate for a solemn hatted 7th Doctor for an absolute age, so this would definitely be a highly sought after variant of McCoy, one which would really fit the darker side of his character seen in this season, as would this new version of Ace. By the time we get to season 26, she's ditched the skirt and just appears a little more grown up as a character. A figure of her from Survival would be really nice to reflect that change in her character, and even be quite a nice one to use for the Virgin New Adventures kind of era of stories. I've been reading a lot of those recently, they're absolutely brilliant. And of course, we're all desperate for an Ainley Master re-release. I think his traditional outfit would require a bit too much new tooling, so this Survival costume would be a nice middle ground, you know, not as iconic as his standard costume, but certainly more memorable than the suit we saw him in the Planet of Fire set. Definitely a must in terms of re-releases. I think everyone's got an Ainley shaped hole on their shelves, so I'd really love to see a figure of him in some form in one of these sets, and I think this is quite an achievable one. The next set I've come up with is the Day of the Doctor Collector set, featuring the 11th Doctor in purple jacket and fez, the 10th Doctor with new articulation, and Clara Oswald. Lots of nice new variants here. An 11th Doctor in fez would be great for recreating iconic moments from this story, as would a properly articulated 10th Doctor. Now, we saw this prototype leak recently, a few people managed to get their hands on it, so it would be an absolute joy to see it hit the shelves officially. And the OG floppy fringe head sculpt would be an accurate representation for this story as well, so it would be mad not to use it. And of course, we also have Clara, utilising Ace's skirted legs and Martha's black combat jacket torso piece. I think it's high time we had a proper Clara figure that accurately reflects her look in the series, you know, not an Oswald repaint, one that really shows a costume that she wore while travelling in the TARDIS. So this would certainly help to plug that gap in people's collections. Finally, the last set I've got for you is the Flux Collectors set, featuring the 13th Doctor in her inverted flashback coat, Yaz in a red shirt, and Dan Lewis. 13 and Yaz are two nice repaints that I think a lot of people would welcome. You know, Jodie's new coat was very loved on screen, so I'm sure it translates very nicely to figure form. But of course, the highlight of this set would be Dan the Plasterer Man. Obviously featuring a new head sculpt of John Bishop, and then, like the Graham, Yaz and Ryan releases before him, utilising a standard generic primeval body, possibly the Nick Cutter Series 2 one or something very similar, just to fill that gap in people's collections. You know, it's simple, but it's, I think, a very likely future release. I can't see us having all of Jodie's companions, bar Dan, on our shelves. We need a Dan figure, so that's going to happen at some point, and maybe a Flux set like this would be quite a nice way to do it, with the trio of characters from the series and a few nice tweaks and variants in there as well. And there we go, those are the sets I'd absolutely love to see hit the B&M stores at some point in the near future. Cheers for asking me to come up with them, Doctor Who Adventures.
Always a pleasure. Make sure to check out Miles' channel, the link is in the description below. So that's both of our lists, but what do you think? Can you see any of these actually happening, and what would you like to see come next? Please let us know down in the comments below. If you're new, feel free to click the red button down below to join the adventure. I've been Lewis, and
I've been Miles, and you've been brilliant!
So are you sitting comfortably? Our tribute to the show is, if we had to choose another, we just wanna know.